G'day, I'm Luke from Drifter, and we're here in our new Drifter HQ campsite, which we've called Drifter R&D Campsite 1. And JD came up with that name, so that's what this here is. Our mate JD from America, he's basically living here in the back of his truck, and we've set this camp up using the kitchen, the fridge, and it's just working ideal for a bit of R&D, some videos and things like that as well. So we've been mucking around here all day. Dad John's here with us as well, so we're going to cook a roast. Going to be good, Dad?
Yeah, excellent. Looking forward to it.
So what we're going to do is a couple of things. We've got this Uniflame 600 griller box, and we're going to basically cook a roast inside here. Now, this is a folding, this just folds flat, and this is an awesome little griller box we've been using a lot over Christmas, so we thought we'll see how we go using this as a as an oven, really. So first thing what we'll do is I'll just get this charcoal going, and we've got this Gidgee charcoal from Queensland, which is awesome. Now the other thing we're going to do is show you some of the new LED lights we've got. So, got a couple of heat beads there, got a couple of firelighters there, and this is a Gidgee charcoal. Now a whole bag, 8 kilo bag, will fit inside this zip top shopping bag perfectly. That's a whole bag of Gidgee charcoal, so that's pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, full bag there. Now this is the third densest wood in the world, Gidgee, so they reckon, and that's all you got to do. 20 minutes and that'll be ready to go. So yeah, you can see we haven't used this one before. We've been using the 900, the bit longer one, and we thought we'd just try the smaller one. So these legs just screw on, a couple of nice stainless steel grill plates there. You can get the hot plate, and also this, like I said, folds flat. That's a bit of a hood, so you can use it as a hood, warmer, and also we're going to see how we go with the roast in that tonight. It's also got a little shelf on the end here, which is quite handy for things. So we'll just let that cook away, and a little bit later on what we'll do, once it gets a little bit more dark, is show you these LED lights, and I've got a few of those set up. So we'll do a video on some of the lighting you can use, including the Hazukis, and we've got now some rechargeable batteries for those. So now I just wanted to show you this kit here, which we're calling our barbecue kit, and something me and JD come up with over Christmas. Now that's a bag, as you can see, that's our medium gear bag, right? So the idea is, if you're going away anywhere you like, in the you know, in your truck, your boat, picnic down the park, anywhere at all, and you want to basically go and have a little cook up with, you know, anywhere between 2 and a dozen people, then we've set a little kit up that you'll have everything in there is what you need except for the food, because there's lots of little bits and pieces, and it'd be nice to get it all in a kit. Now you don't have to buy it as a kit, most of you probably won't, but you can slowly get this gear together over time. But it is really nice to have it all together, so you can just grab that and you don't forget. There's a lot of little bits and pieces, and you know, it's a pain if you sort of forget things. So we're using this now, and it's great because it's just a little kit that's ready to go. So if I go in the boat in the weekend, or go in the trailer, go out in the truck, I just grab that. Now, JD didn't put any charcoal in it, did you, JD? Just cut this bit. Specifically, remember saying to JD, Dad, fill up that.
Yeah, I heard you say that too.
Charcoal. You remember that, JD?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Because if I would have remembered it, it would have been done.
Okay, that's going in the bloopers reel. Yeah, so this is the medium equipment bag, and these bags in itself, they're 12-ounce canvas, a little bit thicker, and just a great all-purpose bag. It's got one pocket in there, and these are brilliant. I love these gear bags. So in this here, I'll show you, I'll pull it all out and then we'll get some charcoal going. Charcoal bag, get your charcoal. I've chucked in a little kettle as well actually. You know, you don't have to have this because I've got a kettle in me, you know, in the truck as well. But that's one of the new Snow Peak stainless kettles. We've got single barbecue box from Snow Peak. Right. We've got some tongs. I'll basically pull it all out so you can see. And the little fire table. These are really important to have one of those. So I'll sort of set it up as I go a bit. These things are brilliant. Surprised how many people have got these, and for a kids table they're great as well. Okay, so we'll just set this over here out of the wind a little bit. Right. Now also in here is a windshield. Alright, goes like that. Okay, we've got the tongs. Now this barbecue box, only small, but it is just fantastic what it can do. Got a couple of legs on it. They hook on there like that. Now this barbecue box also fits in the iron grill table, but don't lose those legs because you need them if you're setting up somewhere like that. With those legs like that, you could also just use a bamboo table or any table. You'll get warm, but not too hot. Okay. Now we're going to probably need a little bit more charcoal for our cook up over here, so I'm going to get a little bit more going just to show you how quick and easy it is to have a little barbecue cook up. Now in here is the important bit. So what we've got in there is paper towel. Rightio, very important to take that camping. Something we've learned over Christmas too. We've had gloves, but it's so important to have a pair of gloves when you're mucking around with, you know, charcoal cooking. It's really important to have gloves. So they're in there. Alright, some heat feed, some fire lighters. And pretty much you need three cubes. We'll start one of those. I'm just going to use two. I've only got half a. Alright. And you just set that straight on top. Just like that. And that's ready to go. Now also in here what's important is we've got some small tongs, so if your food on top of the barbecue, these are really good. These long tongs are really good, same thing, but also for mucking around with charcoal. So we've got two little sets of tongs. These are Uniflame. Most of the stuff's Uniflame gear. Very important to have your olive oil or just spray oil. It's really good for barbecuing. Matches, fire starters, and this little thing here is great. The little, you know, the little butane torch. The good thing about this is it doesn't put a lot of heat out, but it's got the piezo starter on it. So, you know, if you haven't got a matches, haven't got lighters, whatever, you've always got this. You can start your barbecue with that. So it's great to sort of carry that with you. Alright, so all these here are in that pocket, and you know, if you go out camping or a barbecue and you forget the paper towel, forget the oil, forget your matches, forget the fire starters, then it's just not going to work. So it's great to have it all in this one kit, and you know, you're not going to forget anything, everything's there. I'll quickly show you this little kettle. It's a ripper. This is from Snow Peak, and it's a stainless steel kettle. Now we've obviously had it on the fire. So that's it really. Now if you're going to sit around here with a couple of people, a dozen people, the more people you have, the more you just rotate the food around. So you have a little table here and put food on, fill it up, cook the food, lift it off and chuck more on straight away. That's how you sort of do it. But that's it. I mean, you can easily feed a heap of people. You've got a nice windshield here. And once that's done, put the little grill on top, and away you go. Now the level of that grill of this base here is also adjustable, so you've got three levels. And yeah, I mean, if you're going out in the truck for a day out or a morning out or go to the beach or anywhere you like, this on the beach is great, you know, because it's got the windshield. Just put this in the sand, and it's just a great little kit. So you could sort of build up that collection of gear. You might have this already, slowly get say the barbecue box or the windshield, and then just get a bag and just slowly add to it until you get everything there. A lot of the other stuff, of course, paper towel, you just get that yourself. Right, so that's the barbecue kit, or the charcoal barbecue kit. And one thing we'll quickly mention is with the charcoal. Now, you know, we used to always have a fire pit, and we would stack the fire pit right up, you know, full, and then let that burn down over 40 minutes to coals. But the coals from wood is just not very reliable, and it would often burn out before you finish cooking dinner. So we sort of started using heat beads, and in Australia we haven't really cooked a lot with heat beads generally. Mostly done, you know, hot plates with gas really. So, you know, heat beads is a bit of a new thing, certainly for me, and it was great because it just prolongs the cooking time. You're a lot more reliable, and you've got a lot more time cooking your meal, so you're not going to have that situation where you run out of heat halfway through your meal. And the other good thing, you can have a fire over here. If it's winter time, you really need a fire for warmth, and then also a cooking area as well. So the heat beads are okay, but they're brown coal, right? And you can buy them everywhere, pretty good. They're good, but they're nowhere near as good as charcoal. And the best charcoal is the Gidgee charcoal. Look at that. So it's Gidgee, comes from Cunnamulla in Queensland. It's a great Australian product. It's one of the best charcoal woods in the world, and we're able to buy that from Queensland, and it's a brilliant charcoal. You can get it in 8 kilo bags. It's not expensive, about 25 bucks for an 8 kilo bag, and you know, it's just the best stuff for cooking with. So, you know, we're doing a lot of that now. Get the fire going for the atmosphere and the warmth, but the cooking is done with the charcoal. Now you can use a single barbecue box, you can use a double barbecue box. A lot of the fire pits you can still use, like the Snow Peak fire pit, you can use charcoal. But really, if you haven't tried cooking with charcoal, you need to give it a go, because it's definitely the best way of cooking. You've got beautiful flavour that you'd never, you know, experienced before, because you know, it's a little bit like cooking over coals, or wood coals, but just the problem with wood coals is it takes a long time to get them, and they're just not very reliable. They'll often, you know, burn out before you finish. So the Gidgee charcoal, it gives you a long cooking time, at least an hour and a half, up to 2 hours, no problems. And it's just a beautiful flavour, very easy to do. If you've got this here, as you can see, so easy. The main thing, you're going to have those fire lighters. If you don't have these fire lighters, right, it's really hard to get charcoal going, okay? It is hard to get started, but 2 or 3 cubes of those, and the Uniflame charcoal starter, mate, it's so easy, as you can see. So give the charcoal a go, and you know, as opposed to heat beads, and you won't regret it. So rightio, thanks very much. Now you can see here with this charcoal starter, the fire lighters have gone out, okay, so they're gone, but you can see how much heat is there, how much heat is in there, and that bottom charcoal is alight, and that's the beauty of these charcoal starters. It's now lighting the rest. So it only needs another 10 minutes. There's heaps of you know, warmth in there. If you're not sure about whether it's going, you know, you just stick your hand over top. If you can feel heat, it's fine. You don't need to chuck another fire lighter under there. So this is not far away, 10 minutes at the most. And I'll give you a good example. We had a nice little fire over here before. Now that wood there is good Australian hardwood, okay? That's actually, you know, some of these trees around, or the big tree in the backyard is this hardwood, so it's sort of red gum in a way. It's good hardwood though. Now those coals have just burnt down where we could use them. The flames have just gone out, and if we wanted to put this grill on, right, we could start cooking a meal, right? But if we sort of looked at the time that that'll last for. It'd be interesting to see. Dad, do you want to just sort of time that? What time's it now?
It's 4 to 8.
4 to 8. So, you know, in 20 minutes, the heat of it will be gone out of that, and you really need, you know, an hour, 45 minutes to an hour of good cooking time at least. So it'll be interesting to see how long before that is gone out, and it won't last very long. It wasn't a huge bed of coals, but it'll be interesting to see how long it lasts. What else is happening? This is our hardtop camper, as you can see set up. We've shown you that a little bit before, but yeah, no, we're doing quite a bit of R&D with these models. This is the walk-up front model, so we're calling this a hardtop walk-up, or the walk-up hardtop, and it's just the best setup, you know. We're not quite there finished with it. There's a few new things to go, but it's just pretty exciting to see the finishing touches we're putting onto it. So a couple of big, you know, exciting news to come up that we haven't sort of mentioned yet, and we'll show you that as soon as we can. A bit more of a look at some gear. These little Uniflame black racks are great. You can see there, you can use them like a coffee table. 2 of those would be a perfect coffee table height. 3 there is the bench next to your cooking area. They're so versatile and they fold literally dead flat, you know. So I love these things. They're just the most versatile and handy product you can have. Look at that. Right, so small. You can have 3 or 4 of those. Bit of a trick to getting them together, but that's it there. And it's an ingenious little way of, you know, that is so stable, and they just stack up. Right. Look at that. And we've made some boards to go on the top there, so that's just a very versatile little rack system you could use anywhere around the camp, you know. You could have a couple next to your bed, you could have them next to your camp, next to your cooking, and half a dozen of those would be really beneficial around your campsite.
Yeah, they're great little coffee tables too.
Aren't they? Yeah, I love those things.
Yeah.
This little Uniflame table here, right, is, you haven't shown this too much, but I love these things as well. One thing with this new little, we've been giving away some free mugs on Facebook on the Aussie Snow Peak and Uniflame fans page. So if you haven't seen that page, jump on there. A lot of cool things happening. Doing some giveaways. So we're giving away some free Uniflame mugs. And the idea was you had to hashtag free mug and post a photo of your Uniflame product. And surprised how many people had this beautiful little fire table, a stainless steel top fire table as a kids table. See the amount of people today.
Yeah.
It's a great little kids table, you know, 3, 4, 5-year-old kids just sitting there. It's just fantastic, good size. A lot of people posted, you know, kids sitting around this table. But this one here is probably better because it just gives you a little bit more room. And they are so cool the way they set up. What's this? Just gotta be a little bit careful you don't jam your fingers. Okay, look at that. Now it's again, very clever mechanism in the way they fold. See how that clips in there, right? And now what's this? Springs closed, and that is just a brilliant little table. You know, look at that.
Tested
strong.
at 70 kg.
68.
68.
Look at that. Pretty strong. So that's a good size for a kids table, you know. It's perfect. And they're not going to break it. But a little bit more room, you know. So having little coffee tables around your camp is great. Now one of the good things about this one, stainless steel top's great for cooking because you can put any hot surface on it. You know, that is a stainless steel top, and they're great for around this charcoal stuff. Look at that. You can just do that no problems. It'll keep burning there because it's stainless steel and it won't worry it. So in fact, I'm going to leave that there just to show you. You know, we've got a little kitchen here, of course, DPR kitchen. This is the setup. JD's sort of living here and he's loving this. We've got another table here. This big table from Uniflame is the same as the little one, but it's been discontinued in Japan. I'm not sure why. because it's a great table. I love the bamboo look on it, you know. So I was talking to Takafumi from Uniflame today, and he said he can brand these tables with the Drifter brand, like actually burn it in, because the Uniflame brand is burnt into the timber, and I've seen it done. It's got this little brand they make up, and it's electrically charged, and it heats up and brand it in. So they're going to make our Brandad and burn these in, which is pretty cool. I've just stuck a Drifter sticker on there. It'll take a little while to get them, but that's what we're going to do. Yeah, a little DPOR. Milk crate bags are so good with the milk crates. These are the most universal and handy product you could ever buy. If you only ever go to buy one Drifter product, I think get a milk crate bag, because it's the bloody handiest thing you'll ever get. And if you haven't got any milk crates you've pinched over the years, we can sell the milk crates still. They're 18 bucks. So, and actually they fit a little bit better than a standard milk crate. Some of the milk crates are a little bit different size. So that's a pretty good product. You know, these are from America. It's a Snow Peak product, but it's a collapsible bucket, and these are great because it's a bucket that you can sort of keep with you in your truck all the time. And there's been a few times when I've forgotten my bucket and I've got that. So for washing up, collecting water, wash your face, whatever. This is a great little bucket, very high quality. We've got a few things here we're going to chuck in the oven. So we're going to try and replicate the Brett Hooker roast tonight. I've been in touch with Brett and he's given me all the tips. And actually didn't answer me calls because he's been busy riding his bike over in Adelaide. He's been in the Adelaide Tour de France or something. So, good on you, Brett. And what else have we got to show you? Look at this here, eh? Like little, this is great, the entertainment unit at the back, the plugs and the radio and everything's there. It's so cool. It's just such a good setup. Got the shower and everything at the back here. JD's been literally living out of this for the last couple of weeks, so you know, he's living his dream, ain't you, JD?
Yep.
Well, that's about it for the camp. And what we're going to do now is switch to these lights and show you how they set up. So we might do that as a separate video, but otherwise we'll come back shortly and show you how all this charcoal's going, and we'll get this roast on. No worries, thanks very much. So, like I said, mucking around with these charcoal stuff, you need a pair of gloves. These are the Uniflame ones, they're really good value, the size of them. And the red ones are sort of women's gloves, so, or just a bit smaller really. These are quite big. As you can see, it's not gonna, besides denting it a little bit, not gonna worry that at all. And that will just pop out. So, great little surface. We'll tip these in here. Now, just be careful tipping them out because you'll get sparks, you know, flying around. And that is bloody hot. Well, we've got some tongs here somewhere. Where's that tongs, Jaddy?
Bottom drawer.
Just tongs, whatever. Now you can see the heat in that. That's crazy, eh?
Yeah, I can feel it here.
Like, I can't leave my hand there.
Yeah.
Now that'll stay like that for at least an hour. And you'll start to lose some heat after that, but it'll be still hot enough to cook after 2 hours, isn't it, JD?
That's even longer.
Now, we don't want to burn the crap out of that, so I'm just going to get rid of some of those. I reckon that's about it there. What do you reckon, Dad?
I think that'll be about it, yeah.
We'll keep an eye on that. Righto. Now, that will just sit over the top there.
Yep. Yeah. That lamb's got the Pitt Brothers lamb
Oh,
rubbing
does
on
it? Yeah, where is that? So, we've also got this rub from Pitt Brothers, which is, we're going to put on the website shortly. Peri Peri rub. This one's barbecue, rosemary, lemon and sea salt. And what was the other one you had?
Oh, it was specially for lamb.
Yeah, some lamb and rosemary stuff. So, you know, a big thing coming up, you know, is this sort of thing. JD's from America, he's been telling us all about, you know, and Tofty's been looking right into it as well. The charcoal cooking over in America is going nuts, you know. There's Facebook pages there dedicated to charcoal cooking with 1 million likes on it, and it's just going crazy. And we're sort of, you know, getting onto that now as well. And we got all the gear for that, you know. A lot of the Snow Pig Uniflame gear, because the Japanese have always cooked with charcoal. So a lot of their gear that they make is dedicated to cooking with charcoal, which is something that we haven't really done before. A lot of people got their Webers, it's all on gas, you know, gas and hot plate. But this is a whole new style of cooking. It's a lot more fun and a lot more interesting, and you know, I think the flavour is way better as well. So it's something you can really experiment with and have a go at.
I can hear that cooking now.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how we go. We'll keep an eye on the temperature because we don't want to burn it, but we can easily just move a bit of that charcoal away. Now, I didn't probably need to put as much charcoal on there, but I just wanted to show you this as well. And the other thing what we might do later on, we'll tip that in a bucket, of, you know, a metal bucket. We can cool that charcoal down and we can reuse it, so you can actually put charcoal out. Something else we're going to mention, a few people have been doing this, and Jake, good old Jake's done it. This looks, you know, it's felt, of course. It's the, you know, this is a boot line. A lot of things are covered in this, and it sort of looks like a wool felt, doesn't it? You know,
It does, yeah.
and you'd think that you can use that for hot things, and a lot of people have used this to pick something up, you know, thinking that it's going to work. But this is like a polyethylene type material, and you know, basically recycled Coke bottles. Actually, it's very tough. That's why it's so tough, you know. But it'll burn like buggery. It'll just melt. Okay, so I'm not going to show you. But if you try and pick up anything hot with one of these stuff, it will melt right in half. So just to let you know, that's why it's really important to have the gloves. Alright, so well, that is so hot there. Let's have a look at our wood coals. And look at that. Look at that, that's almost, I mean, how long has that been?
Oh, it's only been 10 minutes.
10 minutes, right? This is the problem with cooking with wood. Now, it wasn't a huge bed of coals, but even so, look at that. I mean, it's nearly, the heat's gone right out of it, okay? You can see that. There's no heat, and that's good Australian hardwood. You know, if it was pine, it'd be even gone. Look at that. There's no heat left in that at all. Now, if we put a heap of, you know, chops on there and steak, and now we're starting to roast our veggies, it'd be gone. And what do you do then? You know, you got to chuck some more wood on and blow the crap out, try and get your fire going. You can't cook on a fire with flames. So now you got to wait another 20 minutes for it to burn down again. You know, it's just I've done it plenty of times. Doesn't work. So the key is cooking with charcoal. And the other thing too is, you know, if you've got a beautiful big thick steak, which is what you want, or a nice big lamb chop, you want it really hot. You know, that's the way you should cook steak. Is over a hot coals or a hot fire. And this is the sort of thing you want if you want to cook a steak. You want hot, so you whack it on there, you sear it, you know, 2 minutes say, flip it over, another 2 minutes, bang, get it off, you know. And that's going to mean it's going to seal the juices in, and it's going to be cooked beautifully, but you must have a hot fire. And if you try and cook a steak on something like that, it's just not going to happen. That's the other good thing about charcoal. It burns bloody hot, and that's what you want really for cooking.
Yeah.
So, I might just check this. Make sure it's not too hot. There we go. Get rid of some of that charcoal. Yeah, ain't it?
I think it's alright. Yeah, I think it's okay.
If you've got the gloves, you can muck around. Just move that away a little bit. First time we've done this, so righto. So that's a bit about our charcoal cooking. We'll come back a little bit later on, see how our roast is doing. Good on you.